Does anybody have any questions about the last meeting or the notes from the last meeting? I put it in the chat. For some reason, I cannot access the chat anymore, but I did put it in there.
Jody, just so you know, we're seeing your PowerPoint, but it's not presenting, so we don't see those subtitles anymore.
Okay, hold on. I'm still trying to work on another
Okay.
thing. I don't know if people can see the chat. I don't know if I'm okay. And then you said that you can't see the PowerPoint.
We
We can
can,
see the chat and the PowerPoint, but the PowerPoint is not full screen.
Okay.
It shows the slides, which I see it. Well, now the screen is black. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that's good.
the only thing is the subtitles are in English instead of Spanish.
All right. Hold on. All right. Maybe that's better. All right. Can people see the translation below the slide?
Yes, it's translated
All
in
right.
Spanish.
Great. All right. So para los que necesitan debajo de las fotos que vamos a presentar va a estar en español. Um, okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, according to our agenda, is we want to approve of the minutes, sections to the minutes presented. Does anybody need me to share the minutes with them? Okay. Okay. So then, this is the agenda. Our third point, I should say, is going to be the principal's report, which will be given by Mrs. Kelly. And then after that, we're going to do the Title I report. For the technical difficulties, my first time really doing this. Cassie is going to be joining us from her phone. She's currently doing other PTA work. But yeah, thank everybody for being here. With that, I'm going to give it over to Mrs.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm Lisa Kelly, and as of December 1st, I am the interim acting principal for PS 60, and I'm honored to be placed in that role. And we met this afternoon with SLT, the SLT team, and we had some great conversations about some things that will be coming up for PS 60. So I just want to share some of those items. I completed a reduced size class survey in hopes that we are approved, where we would be approximately getting 9 more teachers. With that, we would also have to move some classrooms around, so we may lose the art room, and the art teachers would have to push into all the classrooms, for one example, or move one of the smaller classes back into a smaller room. So there are adjustments to be made, but with that comes monies for 9 additional teachers. And we will find out about that probably closer to May when the new budget rolls around for next school year. And hopefully it works out as far as getting our class size down to the state mandate now, which is K through 3rd grade, a maximum of 20 students, and then grades 4 and 5, the maximum of 23 students. So we've discussed with the teachers and UFT best possible ways to make that happen in our building, aside from asking for the mini building to be built, well, taken down and rebuilt into a middle school. And hopefully that happens, because I know many of our families would love the opportunity to stay at PS60 for grades 6 through 8 as well. And that's something that is on the top of the list for us to try to accomplish. And hopefully that happens. Tomorrow is the reindeer run, tomorrow and Friday. Tomorrow grades 3K through 2nd, and then Fridays grades 3, 4, and 5. Parents are welcome to join your child. We have a good plan for tomorrow. It should be very exciting for your children. Opportunities for you to take great holiday photos in the gym, buy some treats, buy some little gifts for family members through the PTA. They're setting up a holiday boutique. And I know our students love that, the opportunity to buy something and give it to, whether it's mom, dad, grandma, a brother, a sister, even their pet. So they have a lot of fun, and they could shop with the parent if they attend with their child's class. So that should be fun for the next 2 days. Another important thing that I'd like to share is our attendance. Our students are competing in attendance challenge that is sponsored through the district, and it ends at the end of December. We want to get our students in school every day on time. School starts at 8. Teachers have to start at 8. So your child at 8:01 should be unpacked and starting their do now or their ELA lesson for the day. So we want to focus on attendance. It's important to get into the building and get into the building on time. We also need to remind parents that a hard copy of an ID, whether it's a driver's license, a passport, a non-driver's license, pictures on the photo are not official licenses. So parents, when you come to the building, please make sure you have a physical license that you could take out of your pocket and hand to security. It's important to keep all of our children safe in the building. And the way AI is today, it's very easy to take a picture and manipulate it. So it's in the best interest of all of our students in the building if parents or grandparents or someone that's picking up has a physical ID. Very important. I know we sent out a reminder and a reminder about safety around the building, coming and going from school. That's also important for the ID, for parents or anyone that's picking up a child to have a physical ID. Our crossing guards have been upped as far as how they handle the corners. So that's been successful with me reaching out with the 102 and the crossing guards. And I don't think there's been any issues. They've been visible. They've been doing their job. I'm still waiting on our flashing stop sign for the crosswalk. We're on the list. So that's another good thing that's in the works of happening. Also, we've had about 8 different contractors come into the building last week. to look at the building, to submit a bid for the cost of cameras in our building. So those cameras will be placed at the entrances and throughout the hallways within the building. So just an added safety element that will help. Yes, the contractors are there looking at, they're gonna submit their bids. I don't have a say as far as what contractor will get the job. That happens with the city. But it could take weeks and they might agree and the city may select a contractor. And it could happen over the summer. It could happen in 2 months, or it could happen next year. So I just ask that all are patient with all of the steps that need to happen before the actual cameras are up and running in hallways and in staircases and in entrance and exits of the building. Other than that, it's been a fun, busy 2.5 weeks for me in this new role. My goal is always to have our students, your children be successful in every day that they're in our school. And I look forward to seeing where we could take PS60, which is very good and has many great things now, to the next level. Make some adjustments and make sure we're moving, upwards and on to bigger and better things. And I appreciate the opportunity for me to sit in this seat and be a part of everyone's lives within our PS60 community. Any parents have any questions or concerns, you could reach directly to me. You can call the school. And as always, Maria, our parent coordinator, it's a simple text message, and she always gets the information to the teacher, to the admin regarding the situation, and want to help out as quickly and as possible in any situation.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kelly.
Thank
We're
you.
definitely
And I love that we have the subtitles flowing. I've been watching them. But I don't know if anyone needs some part of it translated into Spanish when I'm speaking. And if that's the case going forward, just put your hand up or stop me or, interrupt me, and I'm okay with that. If anything needs to be clarified. Okay,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
we're very glad to have you on as our acting principal, hopefully moving into a permanent principal position soon. But yes, if anybody has any questions
I see some hand going up. Someone's
with the
waving.
translation or any, Maria, I don't see any hands in the chat. I see some clapping.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to see. I'm like, don't want to be in the computer camera,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was a wave or a hand floating.
I have a question.
Sure. How are you?
It's more about, okay, so if we were talking about safety, where Miss Darlene does the bus in the morning, where
Yes.
Miss Kim, oh my God, these parents just they're backing up onto that street. The bus is honking at them. Miss Darlene is saying something. The parents don't care.
I know that it does become an issue.
Yeah, it's the
And
backing up.
yes, and we have shared and we have asked the 102 to
Right.
swing by, and I'll mention it again to them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's always important over there, and does become dangerous. And I know everyone has somewhere to get to in the morning, and parents are busy. But if something happens, could stop for there's no more busy if there's a major issue, So we'll continually reach out and send reminders. And now, right for this moment, we do have 2 agents in the building again. and SSA Harry has been in the back by where Miss Darlene and Miss Kim are. I'll ask him, maybe he could step down into the street. Does anyone know about what time that is? Because I feel like
It's right like during, when they drop off for
so
breakfast,
like
like
close to 10 to.
no, like 7:35,
Okay. All right.
7:50. They're trying to drop off their kids for
For breakfast.
breakfast.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
mention it, and because he's
Okay.
over there, and I'll ask if he could, appearance, one day could help. But I will definitely
I
speak
hope
to him.
so.
Yeah,
Because
no,
Miss Darlene is like amazing, but they completely ignored both of them. Didn't care. Parents didn't care at all.
um,
The bus was honking at because they were backing in, like going backwards.
okay,
They
yeah, and
didn't care.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen it before.
Yep. Yep.
I will definitely reach out again to the 102, and I'll speak to Harry about maybe
Okay.
being more on the street, so we could maybe ease that, or like the thought that it's okay for a parent to do that.
Also,
Okay.
if you have the 102 come, it'd be nice if they came in an unmarked car because I've seen them come with marked cars on the other side where there's that the school crossing
Yes.
sign. Oh, the
Yeah.
moment they see that, they want to stop, you
Right. Of
know?
course.
So,
I will definitely, I mean, I can't control, or I can
yeah,
ask.
absolutely.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
we're in contact with the 102 weekly,
Okay. Great.
with meetings. So I will definitely make sure that is brought up, and we'll reach out to, the community youth officers that we're in contact with always.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I add, I know that we're, that stop sign is being added, where that crossing sign is. But in that spot that Helen's talking about where people are backing up, there's no stop sign there, I don't think.
Right across from, the
The American Legion.
Legion. Okay.
No,
On that
there's a
corner.
stop sign there. There's a stop sign on that corner of the senior center. What they're
Yes.
doing is they're
No,
turning
the
on.
other way, I mean. There's a stop sign in one direction, but not the other.
Right.
There's only one direction on 89th
There,
Avenue.
So I'm saying, so you would like to see if there was a stop sign before that corner as well?
Oh, there's no crosswalk. That's why
Right.
there's no
Right.
stop sign.
Right, but there should be. I mean, frankly, there should be both because there are kids coming from both directions, but at least a stop sign.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
will,
but there is a sign that says school bus,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
no parking between 7 and 4. And maybe it should say no standing too. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
I will definitely add the crosswalk for that, that's on 88th Avenue, and I believe 90, no, I gotta look at the street number.
Especially if
91st Street?
yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, it's
Especially if
91st.
Okay. I will definitely bring that to the 102's attention, and perhaps I will speak to Senator Dabo to see, because every time you go up a little bit, things tend to happen a little bit quicker. And thank you to all the parents and the staff who have donated unwrapped toys. There's a box in the lobby if you have an extra toy, unwrapped, unused. Senator Dabo always makes a visit to Jamaica Children's Hospital on Christmas Eve and brings them presents. So I will see him, and that will be one thing I mention. I'll put that on my list to discuss with him. And hopefully we can get a little bit extra support in getting those items accomplished.
I'm sorry. Hi.
Hi.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
You say you're the principal, right? Or
Right now I'm interim acting principal, yes.
okay. I'm just asking because I'm new to the school. Like I said, my daughter just started school there. So
Welcome.
thank you. So I have a couple of questions. So when I started going there, they couldn't exactly tell me which way she has to go in. And another thing that I saw is it is very chaotic in the front door. And then, like, for example, sometimes the kids know where to go, but sometimes it doesn't. I think and it's to be it just this is my opinion. Like I said, I'm new. Maybe in the past it hasn't been better, but this is only what I saw when I started dropping out my daughter. Um the front people, the security guards, they doing good job. I don't argue with the security guards. They doing good job. But I think it should be another school aide being there trying to help the kids get to their class, or at least the parents to tell them what to do. I know I saw the parent coordinator, but like I said, it gets very chaotic in there. And it was so hard for me to even find the entrance. Like I was a couple of times late because I was waiting in one entrance and then she was in another entrance. So just the communication also, I don't know. It's like not
Yeah,
good
well,
communication between
I will, you said your daughter's in 303,
I believe three or four, right?
304. And I will have Maria reach out, and I'm in there in the morning too, from 7:50 to 8 o'clock. Second and third grade students enter through the schoolyard, that entrance, and they come right in and go directly up by the main entrance on the dead end. And also our main entrance happens to be on a dead end. So it's very tight when parents are driving and then like to make U-turns to get back down the block. So we have our K and 1 students that use that door from 7:50 to 8 o'clock. Once 8 o'clock happens, all the doors are shut at the other entrances. So then everyone needs to come into the building through that main entrance. So sometimes, depending on the weather, depending on other external things going on in around the streets, that can be very busy. But if you're at school at 10 to 8, or even for breakfast at 7:30, there's specific doors that are open for each grade. And I could reach out. We did send home in the beginning of the year a map and location where the doors are for each grade. And I'll have your child's first name is? Are you still with us? Because I'll have.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I
That's okay.
mistake. It's her name is Camila.
Okay. I will look at the roster and have Maria or the classroom teacher get that information to you. And if you're coming to the reindeer run on Friday, we could sit and chat and show everything. Because yes, it's December. The kids are in, approximately 65 days. So it becomes habit. And if they've been in kindergarten and now in third grade, it's a lot of days they've had this. So
Well, thank God. I'm sorry I interrupt, but thank God now she using the bus. But
Okay.
I did volunteer for tomorrow, so that I know that I have to go through the main entrance, show my
Right.
ID, and follow
Right.
the rules.
No, but I will
was
get
just
you the information just so you have it as a new parent. And anyone that you spoke to should have been able to give you the info without saying they weren't sure.
thank you.
And I'll address that as with our staff.
Yeah, no, Natasha, she was a great help. It was just more like in the front door.
Yeah. At 8:01, it does, because now all the other doors are shut. That's why we want students to come at 7:50 or even at 7:30 for breakfast. And then once they're in the building, each grade goes up and to their location with staff members within the building. So there's plenty of staff members in the building to assist, even if a child's new to the school and does not know which way to go, or needs to help just getting to the classroom. So we'll make sure, we want her to be settled. We want you to be settled. And we welcome you to a good place to be. And I'm sure going forward, there's not going to be an issue with that.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful questions. Once again, Ms. Kelly, for being with us again this month. We're gonna move on then. We're ahead of schedule, which is great. We're
And
gonna go.
I'm sorry,
Sure.
I just want to interrupt you. If anyone has any questions, if they could put their name in the chat and share that with Maria. And I believe there's Jackie Harrison and Mary Pisciati, Miss Pisciati are on. I have to jump off to get an event for one of my sons, but I'll be happy to reach back out with any questions or concerns. Just leave leave their name and their child's first name and class, and we'll take care of that. And it's open. The school's open tomorrow for all 3K to second grade parents, and then again on Friday for grades 3 through 5 parents for our event.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much.
much.
Everyone have a very nice night.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. So we're gonna move on then for our Title I report. Title I, I believe it's being given by Andrea. Don't see her.
Her on, if she's not in brand something that we talked about, I'll give her. I don't see her either, but I don't want to.
I'm sorry, you came in kind of low, at least for me. Can you repeat that?
I said if she's not on, I can speak to something that she and I have spoken about that we wanted to bring up, and I also don't see her on, but I don't want to assume, so I was just gonna give it a second.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't see her on.
Okay, so the current portion of the Title I money that we need to vote on, we need to do that vote at our January meeting. It needs to be in person, and I believe the amount is around $5,000, and it's for parent engagement. So it's to benefit the parents in helping their kids at the school. That's what the money has to be used for. So we were planning to talk about this a little bit I was planning to talk about this a little bit during the president's report, but I can talk about it now. You said my volume was a little low before. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
A new event that we are beginning to plan is an esports family game night in February. Alex, who's on the call, the parent who built our website, was able to connect us with the esports company that runs the citywide tournament for all of the esports teams, elementary, middle, and high school in the city. And as part of our burgeoning partnership, would like to throw an esports family game night for us at school. So right now, tentatively, we're planning for February 10th, which is a Tuesday. In February, it'll be in the evening, and the idea is the parents can come in, enjoy some esports with their kids, play a bunch of games, and have fun together. But the Title I portion of this would be to connect academic skills that our kids are learning to games and create these games that the kids could play at home, so that every parent that comes can play and just have fun with their kids, but then can also grab resources that they can use to practice the academic skills that their kids are practicing in school, but at home. So that's kind of the direction that we're hoping to go in with at least some of that money, but we wanted to bring it up here so that we can present that at the next meeting and then vote on it at that January meeting, which is January 17th, 8:30 in the school cafeteria. So if there are any questions about that or any comments, positive or negative, we can talk about it now, and then we'll take those into account so we can make our proposal for the vote next month.
I just see a comment in the chat from Alex saying that he is super excited about this. We are too, Alex.
I am too. I like games.
Nice.
Okay, amazing. So then we're gonna go forward on that proposal, and we'll vote on that in January. Again, that's January 17th, 8:30 in the morning. That vote must happen in person. So we're really encouraging as many people to be there as possible. And we're also going to be, at that next meeting, working on our plans for the, second half of the school year. So important meeting. Hope to see you all there.
All right, cool. Then after Title I, if you have any questions, please feel free to stop me at any moment or put a message in the chat. But if not, then we're going to move on to the PTA President's Report.
Cool, that's me again. Okay, so a couple of things. We launched our parent survey. Everyone can find that parent survey at that QR code, but also on our school website, which is ps60queenspta.org. /parent survey is where you can find the parent survey. And that is a really good place to give us feedback, the officers of the PTA, so that we get a better sense of what's important to the parents at our school, so that we know where to direct our energy. All of the parents that are officers in the PTA are working parents, just volunteering our time. The PTA is made up of all of the parents and, staff support. So we are the PTA, all of us are the PTA, we're the ones that make it run. So it's really important to have as many voices give feedback to direct that work that we are doing. So highly recommend doing the parent survey. It's not very long. It takes, 3 minutes, but it really gives us some very good, important feedback. So just showing that again. Our upcoming events is, we are participating in the Reindeer Run this year. Typically, we hold the holiday boutique outside of the Reindeer Run, but we really wanted to encourage parent participation. And we know that it's hard for parents to take off multiple mornings, multiple, days of work to come to school events. So Ms. Kelly and the other assistant principals were gracious enough to allow us to participate too, and we're really excited about it. We posted a video on the PTA Instagram where you can see all of the prices and everything on the table set up for tomorrow. The least expensive item for sale, I believe, is 25 cents, and the most expensive is like $16. And then every, amount in between. The other thing that we're doing at the Reindeer Run at our boutique table, and the reason that I'm not on video and all of that is because our t-shirts are ready. So I just went to pick up all of the staff and parent PTA t-shirt. A few people pre-ordered their t-shirts on our website. That website again is ps60queenspta.org/merch is our t-shirt site. Thank you to those of you that bought your t-shirts ahead of time. Those are going to be ready for pickup tomorrow. But we're also going to be selling those tomorrow. So if you are interested in getting your PTA t-shirt, we have the Proud Parent t-shirt, but we are also launching a new t-shirt style tomorrow. So that's very exciting. If you have volunteered at a PTA event, you get $5 off the cost of your t-shirt. Otherwise, it's $20 for a t-shirt. So either way, very affordable. But, you know, just as a little thank you to those parents that have volunteered their time in any sort of way, not only at an event, but if you've helped on the website or helped with write the parent survey, you know, any of those things, they are all very appreciated. And that's just our little way of showing our appreciation. We spoke about family game night already. So the only other thing that I wanted to bring up, I forgot to write on here, is I have said in the past that we needed support, that the PTA officers needed support in running the PTA. And in that attendance sheet that you filled out, at the very end, it says, you know, would you like to participate by helping out with communications or grant writing or any of those things? And I have done an abysmal job of delegating tasks based on that form. But now we're at a point where we really have to. So thank you again to everyone who has indicated that you would be willing to help. You will be hearing from me within a week or so, probably after the holidays. But we are in need of a few key roles. One, we're in need of someone who can focus on coordinating our volunteers. That's kind of a nice role because it doesn't have to ever happen at the school. It can happen in your free time whenever you have that, just to help us reach out to those people who have volunteered before, asking if they can volunteer again, especially when we're at times like we were in the last few days where we were very low on volunteers and just needed to be able to ask people. And all it takes is asking, and we were able to get quite a few more for tomorrow and Friday. The same goes for posting on our Instagram and making flyers and sending things out. Any support we can get is very helpful. And I know that some people have already indicated that they would be willing to help. So thank you again. And if you are one of those people that weren't sure how you can participate, but you would like to use your flexible time, I would say indicate what you're interested in on that form, the attendance sheet, and we'll get back to you with some specifics. I'm always happy to walk people through how to do things, how to make an Instagram post, how to, you know, do all of those things. And I'll always give the final approval on things before they go out. So never feel like you can't do it because you're not sure if it's okay. You know, you'll never be doing anything alone. The other kind of next need is we are starting to prepare for the carnival. It's a huge event that happens at the end of the year, our big end of year carnival, and we need to start preparing for that. There is a need for right now getting estimates from vendors. So if anyone is available to, you know, call one or two vendors and start to get estimates on things like bouncy houses or face painters or, you know, all of those kinds of things, that would be extremely helpful. If you could indicate that in the chat, I'll reach out to you separately and just, you know, let me know if you're able to make 2 calls, 3 calls, whatever, to help start making that happen. It would be very helpful. Also, if anyone wants to be the lead on the carnival, that would also be helpful. Again, you won't be working alone. I'm always here to help guide anyone, but really what that means is figuring out the vendors, which vendor is the most appropriate, which booking that vendor through me or through Andrea, and then coordinating our volunteers for that day. We are looking at hosting the carnival in just one day this year because our fundraising goals were lofty, and it's good that they were lofty, and I still think we have the ability to meet a lot of them, but it doesn't look like we will reach the goal that we would need to reach in order to have a 2-day carnival. At SLT today, we spoke about it, and it does look like we probably can have the carnival in one day. Our school administrators are really working with us to try to make that happen so that every student would be able to attend all at the same time. If someone can help me take on some of those tasks, then it means that I can do things like reach out to all of our sponsor contacts so that we can try to get some of the carnival funds paid for through other means, and that would also be a really big help. But I wouldn't be able to do both things. If all of my energy is being given to calling vendors, then I won't be able to give my energy to calling sponsors. So just, full transparency. I believe that was everything, but I know I said a lot. So if there are questions or comments about any of the things that I just mentioned, please either say in the chat or come off mute.
Hi. Hi again. So, for the survey, I just have to go to the website and do it, right? For the PTA survey. Or I can just scan the barcode, it will come out there, right? Whichever is
So there are two different things. So that parent survey to let us know what's important to you, what our priorities should be, what you think our priorities should be as a PTA. That's that barcode, that QR code, or the website that's right under it. Either one will take you to the survey. If you mean to volunteer and join one of those committees like grant writing, communications, volunteer, one of those, that's the attendance sheet that Jody put in the chat earlier. And if you don't mind Jody putting it again.
The survey is just because I would like to do it. I know how hard it is to work in a PTA. I used to do it in my daughter's schools for like years, and I know how stressful it is, and it's a hard work. And I did have volunteer for tomorrow also to be there in the morning. But I understand it's busy times. Nobody hasn't reached out to me. I don't know if I just show up tomorrow and I start volunteering or how that works. Now,
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. I meant to mention that and just totally forgot. So if you signed up to volunteer, yes, just come in the morning. The first classes will be there at 8:50 or coming into the gym at 8:50. So if you're signed up for the entire morning, I would suggest getting there between 8:30 and 8:45. When you come up to the front doors, just let Harry know that you're here to volunteer with the PTA, and he'll give you the visitor pass, sign you in, and you can come in. Don't wait on the line of parents that are waiting to come in. Come to the door and say that you're there to volunteer and come right in. When you sign in, you'll need to show ID, like Ms. Kelly said earlier, so make sure that you have a picture ID, and then you'll come right into the gym. I'll be there. And our PTA tables are set up right under the windows on the left side when you walk into the gym, and they have white and blue tablecloths on them. So you'll find us there.
Okay, that's on the first floor, right?
Yes, right when you walk in.
All right. And in the future, whatever else, like I know some vendors from back in my older school in Richwood. Whatever, I can call them and find out and get a budget for you. Like basically I think what you need is assistant, a vice president, and like right now I'm working part-time, so I'm allowed to do it. So whatever help you need, I'm here for you. Like I said, I understand how hard it is. I worked in a PTA years before, and especially this time, and everything is for the kids. So I love and give it back to the kids. I love seeing their faces when they get cute things. So I don't know if you already have my information. I put it in the chat. Whatever you need from now in, you can text me. I'm here to help.
Thanks so much. That's great.
Thank you so much, Lucia. I got your info. Um, you're definitely setting the example tonight. That's great. All right. Does anybody have, we're still a little bit ahead of schedule. Are there any other questions from any parents for Cassie? All right, please fill out the parent survey. Let us know how we're doing, what we can do. And of course, the volunteer attendance form that I just shared in the chat. After we're gonna have the treasurer's report, but I don't think we can do it, right, Cassie?
I can do my best, but the problem is I can't read this while I'm driving. So
Okay. All right, so then we'll just skip it.
I mean, everyone can
it'll
take
be in
a
the note.
second to look at it, but yeah.
Oh, okay. It'll be in the notes. We'll put a picture in there as well. All right. After the treasury report, we're going to go to our old business and then we'll have our new business. Any old business?
The only old business that I think we should discuss, or not discuss, but that I just want to update about is at the last meeting, we had really talked about the importance of grant writing and how much money we're leaving on the table for programming, for facilities, for supplies, for everything, music programs, arts programming, you know, gardening supplies, all of that. We're leaving it on the table because we don't have the capacity for grant writing right now, even though now that we're a 501c3, we qualify for so many grants. So that is another thing that I'm going to be reaching out to those people that have expressed interest so that we can, start getting a process going. To try to grasp some of that money.
All right, great. Anybody have any questions or comments about what Cassie said?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. And how about new business? Anything that anybody wants to bring up at this point before we adjourn? This is your opportunity. We want to hear from you, parents and teachers.
I have new business, but I will speak after anyone else who has new business. Okay, just me then. Or I guess I'll kick it off. It was brought to my attention recently that there is some concern amongst some of the parents about children who are, especially young children who are walking to school on their own, primarily because their parents are afraid of the ICE presence in the neighborhood. ICE government agency, not ICE like the snow on the ground. So there are a couple of things that have come up since that concern was brought up, which is that there are a few things that we as a community can do to support those families. The first thing is that there are quite a few parents who have offered their own, assistance to help those families so that those kids don't have to walk alone. Parents that walk their kids to breakfast in the morning and would be willing to wait at a local corner and then, walk as a group, or, things along those lines so that the kids don't have to walk alone. If there are parents who have concerns about not being able to leave their home safely, we absolutely want to support those families. So if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to me or reaching out to the PTA, please reach out to Maria, and we'll do what we can to support. The other thing that can be done is there are ice watch trainings for people who live in the neighborhood that want to, again, support our community members and their safety in the neighborhood. And Jody and I have participated in those. They're extremely good trainings. They're very well run, and you learn quite a lot about how you can support and intervene or not intervene, but be a positive bystander and support in the ways that are necessary when we see ice in our neighborhood. So if you're interested in that, I would say reach out to us directly and we can help. We are planning to have Ice Out of New York come to one of our upcoming trainings. They were scheduled for this our upcoming meetings. They were scheduled to come to this one, but had an event, so they double booked or something, weren't able to come, but we are planning to have them again in the future. The other thing that had come up again with kids walking to school is there are a lot of concerns about the way that kids are dressed and not being dressed appropriately for the weather. Again, reach out to Maria, and if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to us, but also there are lots of resources in our neighborhood that are there to support you. Unity Family Enrichment Center, for example, on Jamaica and 113th is one. They have a boutique in their location where families can go shop for whatever they need if you're in need. So, there are lots of resources out there. Maria knows of many. We know of some as well, and are happy to help anyone. We know that some kids are just being kids and they just, take off their jacket or won't leave with a hat or whatever. But if the real problem is that you just don't have access to those things, please let us know. And we would love, it's important to us that we are there to support that.
Cass, has ICE been around the school? Because I haven't seen them, at least not during breakfast time.
Not around the school, but in the neighborhood, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
On Jamaica,
I would be one of the parents. Go ahead.
On Jamaica, they had picked some people up, and then around here, closer to like 89,000, like 75th Street.
Oh, okay. Down there. Okay. I could be one of the parents who do drop off at 7:30. I take my daughter to breakfast. I live 2 blocks away from the school. They could come drop off their child at my house or on the corner, wherever they feel safe. Those streets should not be for little kids. These cars sometimes do not stop. It's scary to see these little kids. Sometimes, with the crossing guard's not there, it's just scary, And if I can do anything to help them, just, get in contact with Maria, and then, I'll talk to Maria and try to work it out. My issue is there's a language barrier. I don't speak Spanish. So, I would need Maria or somebody to help me with this.
And even with a cross walk guard, it's still cars sometimes don't respect. I saw it.
Absolutely.
I wish I can help. I live far away, but I wish I can help. But I can help translate it. So I put my phone number in the group chat. If anything, and if anybody needs help translating and Maria's not around, I'm more than welcome to help, at least to translate over the phone or something. I speak Spanish and English, so that's the only way I can help. I'm sorry. I wish I can help more, but I live far away.
That's a big help. Thank you so much. That's huge. All right, does anybody have anything else they want to say? I want to thank Cassie very much, of course, always for being our leader, staying on top of everything, making sure we're well informed, being open to all of us and being open to the admin. Cassie's always send her a WhatsApp message, an email, really any one of the officers. We're here to try to make our school better. Like it was said before, we're doing this for our kids. And if we help each other, we're gonna help ourselves. That's how I see it. Anything else before we end tonight?
Thank you so much for your help and your time, and I appreciate you guys letting me be part of your meeting tonight. Thank you.
Of
So
course, let's see ya.
Thanks, guys.
Of course. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.